Welcome back to another episode of Stars and Garters. I'm Katie Pettit, and today, I missed Top 10 Tuesday this week. You're lucky you're even getting one today, because I almost was just like, nah. But I've been given 30 minutes, and we know how good I am at keeping it short. So, today, to just jump right into it, one of the first videos I ever did, actually my first Top 10 Tuesday, was my top 10 movies of all time, which just covered all of the movies from any genre, anything that I like. But today, we're going to be taking it down, scaling it down a bit, and focusing on one specific category of movies, and telling you my top 10 favorite Disney animated movies of all time. Honestly, like, if you're saying just Disney, like, not including Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar, I guess, if you're just including Disney, there might not be any live action that make it on anyway, but just to be totally clear, this is animated movies. So, let's jump immediately in. We gotta go. Gotta do it. Alright. At number 10, not a popular pick, I believe. It did well, but just not many people characterize it as their favorite. So, might be surprised to see it on this list, but it's mine. And my top 10 Disney animated movie is Wreck-It Ralph. So, for me, what I loved about this movie, first of all, Vanellope is an excellent character. She's so fun, and she's just an adorable, spunky little kid, and it's so easy to root for her. And then, this movie is very appealing just to me as a person and my personality, because it's focused around video games, so there's lots of tie-ins, references, characters I'm just gonna automatically love about it. And it takes place in an arcade. It's just all very video gamey, and that's really awesome to me. It had all the things going for it to, make me love this movie. Also, some talented voice actors, John C. Reilly, Sarah Silverman, Jack McBrayer, all very, and, what's her name? J something Lynch? I can't remember who played the shooter girl, but she's good too. All very funny, comedic, just very good at their jobs. People. And then story wasn't half bad either. It was, nice. It was maybe some questionable parts, but overall it was this kind of sweet message, but also it was very fun, a cool adventure, and then video games, it's just very appealing to me. So yeah, number 10, Wreck-It Ralph. Alright, let's move it right along. At number 9, now I'll fully admit that I have not watched this one in a minute, but just everyone who likes Disney always brings this up as one of the, like, even especially if they're passionate about Disney being bad now, they mentioned this one as one of the last good Disney movies. And my number 9 is Tangled. So obviously, just so many people love this movie, and it's interesting because I liked it a lot. It was never really a favorite, but it's on this list because now there's a lot more to appreciate about it, as it is with most just movies in general. It deserves a spot. I put it on here. I think it deserves a spot. It's very, it's a very recognizable, and just like, it's a solid all-around movie. Like, the characters are all awesome. Everyone, Flynn Rider's kind of iconic at this point. I know a lot of Flynn Riders, let's just say. Rapunzel is she has such a distinct personality, and it's so interesting because it's Disney princessy, but also not at the same time. She has a very good balance of that, and it's just she's got a very nice and just well done personality. It's no extreme, and it feels very real, and it feels more grounded than a lot of other princesses' personalities. Not to say I don't like those more one of the extremes personalities, but it is cool to see them get a balanced princess who's she's not necessarily a super helpless damsel in distress, but she's also not Merida. So, you know, it's a nice balance. And then songs are amazing. I haven't watched this movie in a while, as I said, but I do listen to the songs regularly. Mandy Moore's voice I mean, she has a pleasant sounding speaking voice anyway, but when she sings, it's just such a nice sound, it's just a fun chemical inducing sound to her voice. It's so pretty. Like, it's literally just pretty. She's just got a pretty voice. And then Zachary Levi, who can apparently sing, because from the stuff that he's usually in, I just wouldn't have pegged him as a singer, but he has a very nice voice too. And of course, honestly, I like the other songs from this movie a lot better, but I See the Light is incredibly recognizable. Everybody loves it. It is a very it's a staple Disney love song at this point. And that's probably why it's not one of my favorites, because the love songs are not my favorite songs in the movie. I listen to I've Got a Dream a lot, and When Will My Life Begin. Those are both my favorites, probably. And then I do occasionally listen to Mother Knows Best, because that lady just got into it. Let's just say that. Yeah, she killed it. She went all out for that, like, Broadway just drama personality, and she delivered, So yeah, soundtrack is amazing. The story is very cool, it's a Rapunzel thing. It's the Rapunzel thing, but it's much more fun and much just more cool, fun adventure deal happening, and it's all very nice and just cool. It's just a cool, solid story. Uh, Nothing crazy, but sweet. So yeah, it's just and the fact that I can say all of that after not having watched this movie for forever is just like a testament to how memorable and just solid of a movie this was. So yeah, solid number 9, Tangled. Okay, I feel like for some reason, or for the people I know at least, because I do know a lot of those Disney is bad now people, which, okay, I'm just not gonna comment on that. But I guess this might be a controversial pick, since I know a lot of those people, and those are the people who are watching this podcast. But am I in? Yes. Mm-hmm. Am I a number 8? I have the movie Encanto. Encanto. Yeah. I know that people just are longing for that old Disney feel, but I thoroughly enjoyed Encanto. Like, from the moment I watched it, I was like, man, this is the stuff that I love about Disney. This is like all the fun and like relatableness, but also magic, but also songs, but also, it's all of the stuff about Disney that I always found so fun, and it's like minus all the stuff that has like made some newer Disney stuff subpar. And I thought it was just excellent. I really did. You've got a great voice cast, led by Stephanie Beatrice, who is a very good actress. She's talented. I don't think anybody would have thought, or from her more famous roles, I guess. I feel like nobody would have thought that she could sing, but she can. She has a very youthful singing voice as well. And I know she was supposed to, but it just sounds so light and fun. Even on the not fun songs, it still sounds very like it just sounds young and it sounds vibrant, I guess. So she's really good at that. But yeah, uh, the story was really, really good. That's, you know, uh, usually it hasn't been like super, I don't know, original, I guess. I don't really care if it's that original, but I'm just saying, like, that hasn't been something Disney's been doing that long because they already did a lot of very original and iconic stuff. So, people only have so many ideas. So, uh, give them a break. But this story was pretty like original and done really well. No villain. Uh, just like the problem of the story is just like family problems, which is a very relatable and real thing. Just with magic, which is that's what Disney does. It's like these very real elements and very relatable characters with magic in some way, shape, or form. Um, so yeah, story very solid. Loved all the characters. Camilo is a standout for me, even though he is not a main character at all. He's kind of there sometimes. And then just all of the family are very unique and distinct personalities that are fun to watch and have interact. And then probably the main appeal of this movie is just the soundtrack. Because guess who we got? We got Lin-Manuel Miranda heading up this thing. So, it's pretty hard to dislike anything that he writes if it's clean. Because bro does struggle with that. But, this one is, a nice family-friendly Disney movie, and he killed it. It goes so hard. Every single song. And that's not an exaggeration. Most Disney movies, it's like most of the songs I like, and I have my favorites. This movie, every single song goes crazy. It's ridiculous. He's so talented. It's not fair. It's not fair how much talent this man has. But it starts out with the family madrigal. The dude had to explain every single person's powers in a song and make it fun and enjoyable and also singable, which the singable part is debatable. Like, major props to Stephanie Beatrice for getting through that one. It's incredibly difficult to sing because it's so fast, but still, it's a song, and he nailed that. Waiting on a Miracle, great Disney I Want song. It had a Disney I Want song vibe to it, and it was just very cool and the lyrics are they make sense in the situation. Then you've got Surface Pressure. Like, the music of that one is crazy. I love it. It's so, I don't know, it just feels so cool. And then the lyrics hit different on that one. It's interesting that Louisa is not the oldest child, because that song screams oldest child. Which, for her role in the family, it's more of an oldest child kind of role, because Isabella is just pretty and she doesn't really do much. But, that one's great, especially lyrically, Surface Pressure. And then, of course, you've got We Don't Talk About Bruno, just a banger there, just so fun. Like, it's just the whole song all the way through, just fun. Everyone's part is so fun, and it's just it's so hard to not sing along when that one comes on. Yeah, and then you have What Else Can I Do, which, even though Isabella is not a likable character to me, the song, again, it just goes hard. Like, the lyrics are especially another standout on this one, because it's a big moment in the movie, so you gotta show that. And then you end with All of You, which is very nice, just a very good wrap up of the movie. And then you have the two background songs. I think the one that's in Spanish is called Colombia Mi Encanto, and then the other one is, well, they're both in Spanish. Never mind. I mean, okay, I think it's Colombia Mi Encanto and Dos Oruguitas. And though I don't speak Spanish, I can tell that they are, Colombia Mi Encanto is, uh, very fun and upbeat, and then Dos Oruguitas, I don't know what the dude is saying, but it it hits, you know? I'm like I have no idea what you just said, but I get it. Even though I definitely don't. Um because it's in Spanish, but like still it's poignant, I'm sure, because it sounds like it. I don't know what he's saying. I know he's saying two caterpillars. I got that part down. And then eventually butterflies, because I know that word as well. So I'm assuming they somehow become those butterflies, and that's what the song is about. So, great stuff. But I personally think Encanto was the best, most recent Disney movie, in my opinion. That's just what I think. I think that, yeah, I think it was a well done movie. Uh, I think they've still got something. They're struggling to remember it. Disney, I mean. All right, moving on to number 7. This is not an unpopular choice at all. It might be an unpopular placement because for most people it probably would be significantly higher. And okay, I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry. It would probably be significantly higher. But for me, I am weird and I like a lot of. You're going to see maybe a lot that you don't expect in my higher things because I have weird taste, apparently. Not apparently. I'm pretty sure I just do. So the next one we have at number 7 is Frozen. This is actually pretty weird for me to even have it on the list at all. I've said it before, but like until so recently, like I'm talking months before this episode, and the last episode I was talking about. So recently, up until then, I said that I hated Frozen, which it was mostly because I loved it so much, and then like I knew a lot of people who hated it, and like it just seemed right to hate it, and it seemed cringe to like it. So I was like, okay, I hate Frozen, and I just didn't watch it. Um, and then I rewatched it a couple months ago, and I was like, wow, that is actually a very solid movie. Like, that's, it's the way, if a movie can do that, it's a good movie. If a movie can take someone who's like always has like said for so long that they hate this movie and it's just not for them, and then just like prove them wrong by having them just actually watch the movie, that's a good movie right there. But yeah, everything about this movie is very strong. It's just it is good. All of the characters love Anna. She's hilarious. She's relatable, and Elsa, I mean, as a character, she's not. I mean, there's other stuff about her that's cool. Her personality is, you know, not one I would like as a character, but still it's very distinct, and you've got just a nice little cast. Of course, Olaf is an amazing Disney comedic relief. Josh Gad obviously is the reason why. But yeah, characters are amazing. Snowflake, shut up. My cat's trying to get out right now, and I don't want to get up and get her out because I don't have a lot of time left. So, but yeah, the story is so good. Like, it's intricate, and it's like, it's so good. Like, I didn't remember how good the story was. Like, the the twist villain, like, when does Disney do that, first of all? And like a good, well done twist as well. Like, nobody's would have seen that coming, I don't think. Um and just like the love between sisters, even though I can't personally relate because I don't have those, I can still tell it's very sweet and a very nice message there. And then of course you have that soundtrack, dude. Like, oh my goodness, I don't know who wrote it. I don't know who was involved in this thing, but I know who sang it, and I know the words to the songs. So I mean, it's crazy. Uh, it's so good. Uh, you know, I'm mostly thinking of one song that we all are thinking of and have been since 2013. um, But most of the songs are very much also standouts in their own way. But of course, Let It Go killed it in every single aspect, which is not something you see a lot. Mostly, like, there's one thing about the song that stands out. It's like the like I was gonna try to name some from the movies, but I can't think of that fast. I would have to think about that a little more. But this song, like, the lyrics are so accurate to what's going on, and they're so, like, good. They're just well done lyrics, and I don't know about the music, but it's not bad, because I'm pretty sure I'd notice if it was really bad. So I'm assuming it's good. And then you got Idina Menzel, and who is one of the most talented singers probably on the planet. Um, uh, and she can do a lot with her voice, and she just has a very strong, incredibly strong voice. And it's just amazing. And they just gave her these huge moments, perfectly fitting with what the song was about, and she just kills them. And they're so fun to sing as well. Like, just to get into it and just be like, yes. It's like it's such a, like, it's not necessarily hypey sounding, but it is, like, when you get into it, it's a very hyped up song, and it's like it's so strong and just intense, kind of. It's absolutely, it is amazing. It's a good song. Like, just the overplayed thing doesn't usually bother me. Like, honestly, I listen to songs a ton if I like them. Like, isn't that what you're supposed to do? So I don't care how much it's been played. It's been played that much because it killed it in every aspect of the song. So yeah. But yeah, Frozen is a solid movie, man. Like, I don't I had no grounds for hating it for as long as I did. Um so yeah, just very, very solid movie. Moving on to number 6. Another probably unconventional pick. It's very similar to Wreck-It Ralph, except this one appealed to a different nerd thing that I'm into. Because at number 6 we have, hey, that's funny. At number 6 we have Big Hero 6. Ha! I didn't even notice that. But yeah, I know it's not gonna be a popular choice. It's probably not even gonna be on anybody's list except mine. But superheroes. It's superheroes. It's incredibly loosely based on a Marvel comic called Big Hero 6. But I don't know anything about the comic, but I know the movie is fire. And just superheroes. They're fun. I like them. You've got everybody, incredible cast. One of the saddest Disney deaths, I think. They always do good at making sad deaths, but this one, just with the brother, and just the brother, sad brother thing. Just him having to grow up without his brother and learn how to move on. So sad. And then just the whole plot was pretty, like, intricate as well. Another twist villain that I did not see coming at all. And a lot of things going on in that plot that I think they all intertwined really well and nicely. And then the characters are the main thing for me, which is usually the case with superhero stuff, because you want cool heroes, cool powers, even though none of them have powers. It's their suits, but still, it's cool what they can do with those suits. So, everyone has a very fun personality. You've got Hero, who he's got a pretty basic main character personality, but still, young main character personality. He's, like, kind of neurotic, but also really smart, and kind of, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just that main young main character kind of thing. You've got Fred, who is amazing. Love Fred. Hilarious, amazing comedic relief character. I forgot the name of the guy who plays him, but he's good at funny things. Wasabi, who's he's funny as well with being all like stingy and uptight, but like and like not knowing how to be like cool, but like doing cool stuff and like being nerdy about it. He's just like a nerdy kind of dude. Um, got Honey Lemon, who just she's classic peppy, overexcitable, way too happy about everything to happen girl, but she's also a really good friend and very sweet. And then you got Go Go. I love Go Go. She's great. I think she's awesome. Um, and you know, classic tough, no nonsense kind of chick. Love her. And then everybody could do super cool stuff because science, which is fun. Little fun twist on the superhero thing because they made their powers entirely, like Batman, but teenagers and much more fun and lighthearted than Batman. Oh, and Baymax. Shame on me, Baymax. Who's just very fun and cute and sweet and funny. He's all the things. Baymax is great. Um, but yeah, it's just superheroes done well. But done well in the way that Disney does things well, so it's differently. It's done differently well. I don't know if that was correct grammatically at all, but uh, you know, a solid superhero movie and also a solid Disney movie. Two of the things that I like most. Put them together. Get number 6 on my list. Pretty simple. Okay, coming right up at number 5, middle of the list, criminally underrated movie. 2 of my top 10 favorite Disney characters of all time on my friend Judah's podcast, True View Radio. Go watch it. Are from this movie. So underrated. It does not deserve to be underrated at all. Everything about this movie is amazing. I don't understand what happened. Because number 5 is Hercules. Do yourself a favor if you haven't seen this movie. Watch it. It's amazing. That's all I can say. Like, it's just amazing. The 2 favorite characters I was speaking of, Megara and Hades. Hades is such a fantastic villain. He is probably the most charismatic villain that Disney has ever made. And that's all thanks to James Wood. James Wood? I can't remember if there's an S on that, but that guy, all thanks to him, he created Hades' personality, made him super smooth, super just like cool. He's just a cool villain, and you're like, man, this guy's doing bad villainous stuff, but he's also real cool. It's like, I don't want him to succeed, but I want to see him on screen because he is so fun and just super charismatic. Love that guy. And he's so snarky. Speaking of snarky, the other character, Megara, oh yeah, she hits different sometimes. But her whole personality is just like sarcasm, wit, snarkiness. She's she's amazing. I relate to her in a lot of things that she says. I'm like, I would probably say that in that situation. I would probably be mean like that. But she's fantastic. She has both Hades and Megara have some of the funniest lines Disney has ever made, short of Kronk. But yeah, excellent characters. Then Hercules himself is a classic hero boy. Very easy to root for that dude. And then all the other characters are fun and fit into the story well. Story is pretty like classic Greek mythology kind of thing. It's not accurate, as my brothers have so often pointed out, but it's still got that kind of vibe, but also with Disney, And then the songs are actually a very high point in this movie as well. You've got, ironically, the most recognizable song, "Go the Distance," is not my favorite. It is a classic Disney I Want song. I just know. I just don't know. Something about it just doesn't do it for me. Not that I don't like it. It's just, not a standout for me. But the rest of them are very interesting because all of the other songs in the movie are sung by the muses, and they have a very much gospel style, which is not something Disney has done, I think, before this. So it's very interesting to see. But every single song is very like it's upbeat, it's fun, it's like every other song is fun at its core, because the muses are just narrating, but in like gospel style, and it's so fun. And then I Won't Say I'm in Love, Meg's song, just love it. One of my favorite Disney songs of all time, for sure. Um, just like it's like the lyrics do so well of like showing her personal like why she doesn't want to be this way, but she has to be this way, and it's also so fun, and the melodies like snappy, and that kind of goes along with the lyrics because of how Meg's character is, um, and just so so fun. Uh, love that one, and yeah, I think she's also very talented as well. The person who sings that, I liked her voice a lot. But yeah, people need to watch Hercules more. It is a good movie all the way through. It's got everything you want in a Disney movie. So I don't know why you guys aren't watching it, but watch it. It's fabulous. Love it. Um all right. I've passed the 30-minute mark. We're going to go. We're going to get to it. Number 4, a classic. Just straight up a classic. People love it. It's going to be on lists. Number 4 is Aladdin. Now, I will admit to have not watching. I will admit to have not watched this movie very recently either. But it's again the same thing with Tangled. Is even though I haven't watched it, I know I love it because it's fantastic. Um, let's see. A lot of people don't like Aladdin as a prince. Like as you know, out of the Disney princes, they always say that he like stinks, and I think I like his personality. I feel like I know some Aladdins, but that might not necessarily be a good thing. But he's also very charismatic. He's charming, you know. He's like I don't know. Uh, Jasmine. She's not a particularly character. she's she's kind of there. And she sings nice, but that's about it. With her, but it's not. It's besides Genie, it's not really the characters because Genie is Disney characters at their peak. I love him so much, and it's Robin Williams, so kind of hard to not get into that because he killed every single performance he ever did, and Genie was just a shining example of that. But yeah, the story is really nice. It's interesting, uh, and there are some plot holes, but it is nice. But like the a big, probably the main appeal of this one too is the soundtrack. It has huge like just staying power, and people just know songs from it. I think basically every song is great, except for Jafar's song that I don't even it's Prince Ali Reprise, which is technically his villain song, and it's all kinds of weird. It's not bad. It's just kind of like, huh, okay, that existed. Why? Who knows? But every other song is pretty great. I really like what's it called? One Jump, I think. The first song he sings. It's really fun. It's my kind of vibe that I like from Disney. It's that kind of song that I like. But then obviously you have bangers, Prince Ali, Friend Like Me, again, Robin Williams doing what he does and being amazing. So it's hard to not get into those. They're just literally the word bangers is the only thing you can just describe it. Because like I don't know how to tell you that these songs are so good if you don't know. Um, and then of course, A Whole New World is one of the most iconic and recognizable Disney love songs of all time. It's beautiful. No one denies it. But yeah, this is just a classic in every way. This is Disney was looking good here. This is what they look like when they're operating incredibly well and doing what they do best. So, yeah. Aladdin, a classic. Number 3. Alright, podium time. Another criminally underrated movie. We have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Now, oh my goodness, even more so than Hercules. Before you watch Hercules, go watch Hunchback of Notre Dame. You won't. I was gonna say you won't regret it. It's dark. It goes places Disney has not usually been willing to go. It's it's dark, man. That's all I can say about it. It gets dark. It is one of the darkest Disney movies for sure. Like short of what was it, Black Cauldron. It's dark, but it's also like beautiful. Honestly, the movie just like is beautiful all the way through. It's just that's the word to describe it. It's just the message, the characters, not in appearance. I don't know if that was discriminatory. Sorry, Quasi. We love you. But the songs, just everything. Frollo is one of the most just detestable, evil, just straight up evil Disney villains. And then in that same movie, Quasimodo is one of the most just lovable, like, please be good to this poor dude. I love him kind of heroes of a Disney movie. And when you have both of those things, it's easy to get into this movie. Then you have the supporting characters like Esmeralda and Phoebus, and then the gargoyles, all very interesting characters, especially Esmeralda. She's incredibly compelling, and her story is very, she's a very important part of the story as a gypsy. So it's just very, very, every character is very easy to, their part and they play their part incredibly well. The story is so deep. It's dark, but it's also really deep, and it has a really good message. It's like fake religion versus real religion. It's crazy. And then of course again the soundtrack is just crazy. I mean, like Out There, I fought for that one in the Disney songs bracket, because it's absolutely beautiful and it's also so sad. Like the meaning of it is so sad. I even listened to The Bells of Notre Dame, even though that song is so long, but it is musically stunning. God Help the Outcast. People know God Help the Outcast even if they don't know this movie most of the time, which shows how amazing of a song it is. Beautiful voice from what's her face? I don't know who sings it, but she has a beautiful voice. And then you have Hellfire. That's a song, you know, dark, 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 and just those are the main ones. I know there's other songs, but those are the main, like, that. Those are excellently done songs. Excellently, is that a word? It is now. But yeah, just it's really a very pretty, just all around very beautiful movie. And if you haven't watched it, I would say give it a go if you're okay with quite a bit of darkness and some heavy stuff. If you make sure you're in the mood, because it's one of those movies where if you ain't in the mood for it, it just kind of hits you and you're like, okay, whoa, whoa. You know what I mean? But if you're in a dark mood, just listen to it. So, yeah. So, moving on to number 2. I gotta speed these ones up. But number 2, another underrated one. Not as underrated. It's like kind of a cult classic kind of deal where it's like underrated but also very not. Number 2, we have The Emperor's New Groove. Again, if you haven't seen this one, go check it out. It's one of pretty much like only Disney's only, like, it's primarily a comedy movie, and it is an excellent comedy movie. It gets major bonus points for me with David Spade as the lead. I love his stuff. He's hilarious. Just cracks me up every time. Love his comedy vibe. And no songs, but that's okay because it's so hilarious. Just so many lines, just quotable lines, and most of them come from the masterpiece of a character that is Kronk. I don't even know if Disney has ever achieved Kronk levels of what he did. I don't even know how you describe it. Just being that hilarious. Kronk is the standard, and you've never beat Kronk, Disney. And I don't think you should try to, because Kronk was a masterpiece, and we're happy with him. Um, but yeah, just Kronk. Incredible voice cast, by the way, not just David Spade, but like the whole cast of that movie. Hilarious. And they improvised a lot of the lines, and that's just fun for me. I love behind the scenes stuff like that. Um, but yeah, that it's just awesome like that. It's so hilarious. It so succeeds at being a comedy movie. I just love it. It's so funny. If you're looking for a good time, that's one that you can be in any mood and it'll just crack you up all the way through. Check that one out. All right, we're only 10 minutes over. We're going to try to keep it near that. Let's get this one done. But I think it's pretty obvious considering what my top 10 movies of all time was, and I only allowed one Disney movie to be on there, and it was this one, that this is my favorite Disney movie of all time. And it's also it's maybe the classicist classic of Disney. It's just, this is peak Disney. Uh, most people just agree of that. And number one is The Lion King. I love this movie so much. I love everything about it. There's nothing bad about this movie. It's all around amazing. Story is beautiful. Mufasa's death always hits. We haven't seen that like strong of just a scene. It's like that scene. It never is not sad. Like it's so sad every single time. Talented voice cast that I didn't know was that famous until I very recently. Like, I talk a lot more about this in my top 10 movies, so definitely go check that out because I'm crunched for time right now. But uh, you've got the soundtrack, every single song, again, a banger. Be Prepared, favorite Disney song of all time. Scar, maybe favorite Disney villain of all time. Just everything about this movie is just like a masterpiece. They nailed every single stinking aspect of this movie, and it's peak Disney, number one Disney movie of all time. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up there so I can go and do the things that I need to do. But follow, share it with your friends, comment what's your favorite Disney animated movie, and yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching.